Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiancee, Chapter 41. When we last left our heroes, we saw really all of the tests of courage. We resolved the underwear subplot, and it didn't really go anywhere. But Nagi and Erika made it to the shrine. They had a little moment. We found out it was the shrine of the matchmaker, but that also didn't really go anywhere. There was this moment where Erika was like, "Are you saying you're into our engagement?" And then she kind of backed off. It was just a really weird chapter. But anyway, let's jump right on into chapter 41. I think this is the magazine cover. We have Erika, Sachi, and Hiro lying on like the autumn leaves. You're always in my heart. Bright red, the color of fate. 41st foul. That study can't mean so much to you. Also, the other day, I, bit my tongue, and now it's, kind of, I guess, swollen a little bit, to where it just kind of naturally rests between my teeth, so I'm always biting my tongue right now. So if I wince in pain randomly, that's why. Also, Volume 4 is on sale now. To commemorate the fastest 10 reprints in Kodansha history, here's the first of 2 consecutive color pages. Okay. That's certainly something. And then we get to the next page, which is a flashback page, and doesn't seem to be in color, which is interesting. Anyway, this is, Mrs. Umino. Sachi, your fever's still rising. She needs to go to the hospital. And she's, we see Sachi with a fever, in bed. And Papa Yohei snaps, "What, like in an ambulance? We'll take a taxi. You just hold the fort." I do, again, like these, little reminders the series slips in that, yeah, they're, dirt poor. We see Yohei's, kind of panic at the idea of an ambulance. But then Erika, murmurs out, "Mom, don't tell Nagi. Sachi's condition deteriorates, but Nagi is none the wiser." So I guess, because we know that Nagi knows that Sachi is sick. But I guess this means that it's bad if they're not telling Nagi something. And yeah, with that little downer page, we go right back to the manor, where everyone comes in, all smiles. And Hiro's just, "That test of courage was so fun." And Erika snaps at her, "Easy for you to say. You two didn't even come." And Shion kind of tries to calm her down. "Hey, come on." Nagi looks at them, and then he taps on his phone, and he sees a weather report. Not a cloud in the sky. A great night for stargazing. Which is definitely going to be his current plan, is taking, my guess, given last week's little preview blurb, he takes Hiro out to go stargazing, and then he somehow finds out that, that Sachi is sick. Either, they only told Erika, and Erika who told Hiro, and somehow Nagi was kept out of the loop, or something, I don't know. Anyway, Nagi smiles. "Alright. So, what's for dinner?" someone asks. Probably Shion, I'm guessing. And Hiro responds, "Erika picked out some great ingredients. She might be a genius." And Erika is kind of basking in the compliment. Thank you. Basically, I try to get as much variety in shape and color as possible." I mean, that's one way to do it. And Nagi, "Don't encourage her, Seiko-san. Why buy ingredients without even knowing what we're having?" And Shion looks away. I kind of stopped her? It doesn't quite follow my memory of that chapter, but alright. Anyway, we see Erika with her blade ready to start cutting things. "Head chef, what shall we do?" Nagi just looks down at all of the ingredients, which haven't really gone over, but it's a mix of meat and vegetables and chocolate and potato chips. It's all kinds of things. But all of a sudden, Nagi gets a flash of insight. And they just start barbecuing. And they're all outside on a little veranda grilling. And Erika chows down. "Food you make yourself tastes so much better." And Hiro chimes in, and there's just something about eating outdoors. And Shion, Nagi, bro, you're the man. I can't believe you came up with a barbecue. And Nagi, with his, tongs, smiles, and then goes on to a rant. Mankind seizes the right to delicious food. His dominance over fire affords him that liberty. And Erika turns to Hiro. Nagi-kun's kind of extra. He is, isn't he? And then someone asks, I can't tell who, but this really is good, huh? That's what you get when you use great ingredients. And Hiro leans over. Hey, can I try? Sure. She takes a bite of Nagi's food, and Nagi all of a sudden realizes what he's done. Oh, wait, I was eating that. Oh? I shouldn't have? And she kind of, gets his little, what's the word I'm looking for? She's trying to, charm him into, giving her the food. Nagi looks away. But, by all means, we see Hiro. It really is good. It's sweet and crunchy. An indirect kiss, right? I mean, I guess. If she's okay with that, that means, and Hiro, thanks. Asuma-kun, you should get a bit of Erika-chan's too. Can I? We do see, though, that Hiro does not see the romantic prospect that Nagi is given this. Yeah. And then we see Erika. Oops, I already ate it. Oh, and Shion just balls. And then we see sometime later, we hear the birds chirping. The plates are empty. Nagi, I guess, is putting away the grill, and he looks up at the stars, and he sees, all the stars in the sky. And Hiro, who is also there helping clean up. Was this your first time making barbecue, Umino-kun? Nah, I made it with my family before. I see. And Nagi asks, why do you ask? And just then, Erika kind of interrupts their little conversation. Hey, Nagi-kun, where does this bowl go? And Shion's behind her. And this knife. How should I know? You're the one who brought them out. I did? And Shion just tells her, you did. Sheesh. Can you believe that? He turns to Hiro. Can you believe that? Amino-san just now. And Hiro goes off on her own thought before, answers Nagi's earlier question that she was interrupted with. It's just, you seem like you're enjoying yourself more than usual. And that kind of stops Nagi. I see. And then Hiro goes back into the house with more dishes. Hey, I got dishes for you. More? All this atmosphere, it's fun. I'm having fun? Has he never had fun before? That's not true. And then we see, sometime later, they're back in the house, and Erika lets out a yawn. I took a bath, went on a test of courage, had some barbecue. I think we did just about everything today. And then I think that's Nagi. Alright, this next line here. I can't really see any direction the bubble is pointing to, but I feel like it's Nagi. Yep, there's just one thing left to do at a study camp. And we see Hiro, Erika, and Shion all kind of take a dramatic pause before Hiro asks, shall we get to studying? Wrong! The first one is Nagi, and then Nagi corrects her with the wrong. And he gets out these, star charts, I guess, for lack of a better word. How about a little bit of astrological observation? Yeah, I guess that's what you do at a study camp. I don't know. And then we go and we see the stars. And we see all four of them lying underneath the stars. I do kind of like the little, what we see of what they bring out to lie under. Erika has a whole blanket. Hiro has a pillow. Nagi has a really small pillow. And Shion's just got his arms. I don't know. It kind of especially with Erika, we see that she's rich. She's very rich. But anyway, they're all enjoying themselves under the stars, and they see a shooting star. And Nagi asks, "Did you see that?" "Yeah." This is Erika. "Was that one of those Leonids? I wonder if I can get a picture." And Nagi smiles. "I've been keeping an eye on the weather forecast all week. I'm so glad it was clear tonight." So this wasn't just about getting a moment alone with Hiro. This was about everyone. Okay. Alright. Hiro kind of laughs. "Ah, I see. So that's what you were really after, Umino-kun. I don't know what you're talking," and she kind of blushes. Um, and Erika, "I thought something was weird when I invited you. You'd usually call it a waste of time." And we see Nagi, like a flashback. "Karuizawa? I'm in." This is kind of a new side of Nagi we've never really seen before. I don't know if it really means anything. Anyway, um, Erika continues, "You didn't hesitate at all." Nagi sees another one. "Look, another one!" And Shion just says, "I never would have pictured you as a stargazer, Nagi. What's that supposed to mean?" "You're a mega loner." Hey. Okay. That's hurtful. And Erika, "Oh, do you think we'll be able to see these tomorrow night? I really want to buy a fancy pants camera and get a great picture." But Hiro shoots her down. "But we'll be home by tomorrow night." "So we'd be home a bit late. Big deal." And Nagi, gung-ho on stargazing, which, again, completely new side of him we've never seen before. "Let's do it! Umino-kun! Let's see what's," and he looks down at his phone. "Let's see, what's the forecast looking like?" "Are you serious?" And just then he gets a text. Mom messaged me. "Sachi asked me not to tell you, but I thought you should know." And then we don't see the rest of the message. We can kind of imagine the rest of the message, but we don't, since we don't know how bad Sachi is, we don't really know what it says. As Hiro continues not knowing anything's wrong, clapping her hands. "Oh, right! You're supposed to wish on shooting stars." And Erika agrees. "Oh, I love it. Very romantic." Shiona's little like finger guns thing. As Nagi just takes in what he's reading. "Sachi's temperature isn't coming down, so we're going to the hospital." Is basically what we saw on the first page, but yeah, it's pretty bad. And Hiro still not knowing anything's amiss. "All right, let's switch on the next one, okay?" "Got it." And we see another one. There. And the three of them, everyone except Nagi, all closes their eyes and wishes. And Nagi also has his eyes closed, either wishing for Sachi or just not even paying attention because he's so kind of floored by the news of Sachi's illness. And Hiro sits up. "What did everybody wish for?" Erika also sits up and I think notices Nagi. "Huh? Where's Nagi-kun?" "Oh, he just left. He just, like, left without telling anyone. That's not a good move, bro. That is not a good move." And we see he's already back at the hospital. How far out were they? 'Cause I thought they were like a good, like, several hours drive from home. Not like, 30 minutes or whatever. Like 30 minutes doesn't even feel like a trip. It feels like a day, like an errand. um. Anyway, we see the hospital at Sachi's room. "I told her it's just for one day. It's only a precaution." So Sachi does not think she's doing that bad. "Once I got some meds, my fever came down. It's just an IV." But no, Mom just had to go make things complicated. And we see Mama Umino. "How do you think he'd feel to come home to this?" And you're unbelievable. I never asked for this. You're such an idiot. We see Nagi, like, ragged, out of breath, as he's just kind of barely, like, still out of breath, as he's, I guess, run up the stairs. "That study camp meant so much to you. You shouldn't have come back." And Nagi gets onto her. "Don't say that. I barely caught the last train to get here. That's what I mean. You're an idiot. You were looking forward to seeing the Leonids so much, and you were camping with friends. It's the first time you've ever done that, right? And Nagi pauses. True. And then he's kind of like scratches his cheek. And Sachi continues. Well, thank you. And then he gets a text or we see Erika getting a text from Nagi. I was worried, so I headed home. How was he such a siscon? Okay. We have to bring that up. Because here's the thing. As I was reading this, I was very happy that we get like a Sachi-focused scene where I would not have to bring up Sachi shipping. Because that is what we see in this chapter is well within the barriers, well within the realm of concerned sibling, which is always where Yoshikawa should keep this relationship, because it really works as siblings who get on each other's nerves but genuinely care for each other. That's good shit, Yoshikawa. He's kind of into her. Not good shit. Definitely not good shit. Anyway, let's continue. She's that important to him? I had no idea. That's a Hiro. And Shion, realizing he's alone with Erika and Hiro now, gets the complete wrong idea. I already read the bottom of the page on accident. Huh? Wait, is this one of those harem things? and Erika and Hiro immediately turn away. Well, should we get to bed? Yeah, let's go. And Shion turns. Nope, it's one of those loner things. See you in the I'm guessing it's supposed to be 42nd battle. It says 41st. So, who are they? Next time, Nagi deals with Erika's secret. Okay. So, let's dive into this chapter. I honestly don't think there's that much to bring up. As you can tell by I wasn't really getting into it during the chapter itself. I think we do. It's kind of sudden. It's kind of weird that we never heard before that Nagi's interested in stargazing. I feel like that's something that maybe should have come up at some point before now. I don't know. It just seemed like a really sudden. Like he's upset. He's like into it to a degree that like it seems like he would have at least mentioned it in passing before now if he's this into it. So that's kind of weird, but whatever. It's a really, really, really minor thing to get hung up on. But anyway, the main thing is this last bit with him going towards him leaving and going to Sachi. And like, if they had just not brought up the whole "is he such a siscon" thing, I would have liked it. It would have been a really, sweet sibling moment between the two of them. But they had to go be all, oh, was he into his sister? Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ. We don't need that. We just don't need that, Yoshikawa. We just don't need that. Not to say the chapter's bad at all. It's a good time. It's a pleasant chapter. I can ignore that one speech bubble. Though I do feel like he should have at least told Erika. I feel like he should have told Erika because she's Erika's sister too, and Erika would care. He should have told all of them. Just would not have bailed in the middle of nowhere. And seemingly left them kind of on standby for a good while. Like, they just kind of went back to the mansion after he vanished. It's still weird. Oh, I didn't even read this little side blurb here. What spurred him into action? His little sister or just a girl? Okay. Yoshikawa, please stop this. I really do like this series. And then every time Yoshikawa brings... And I get that, this is just a trope of anime, and I should be used to it, but I'm not. I refuse to reach a point where I am used to incest, okay? There's a point... I had to draw a line in the sand at some point, and this is that point. This is the point I will not cross. Though, more positive things looking forward. This little next time blurb. Nagi deals with Erika's secret. Which we know there is someone that Erika wants to use. I think like her social media presence is to, I think, get the attention of someone, right? It's been a while since I read that field trip arc. But something in that regard. And Nagi decided that he would, like, let Erika tell him in her own time. Which is very mature of him. And maybe we'll see development of that next time. And if so, I'm very much looking forward to it. So yeah, the chapter as a whole, not bad. Though its ending left something to be desired, I will say. But that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!